Have you ever heard about the Beauty and the Beast? Well, this car is both of them. The body kit is a little bit too wide for my taste. I just said, why not? Let's do it. And then also, let's talk about the beast of an engine this car has. So stock standard, they come out of a 2JZ motor. This is an inline 6 3-liter motor. They come in the VVTi, non-VVTi, and also turboed or normal aspirated. So with this Toyota Supra, we did not do an engine conversion. The engine in here is one of the strongest engines till date when you tweak them just a little bit. They can handle so much boost being a stock engine. So obviously we took it up a couple of notches. So let me go show you out the specs of this car right now. So let's quickly head over to the upgrades and tuning. So I don't know where to see it anywhere else. So we're just going to go straight in here to the cone filters. And as you guys can see, let's press Y. We are packing a punch of 1,192 kilowatts. Give or take 1,200 kilowatts. I don't even know how much horsepower that is. That is 4812. So that is 1,600 horsepower. Oh my gosh, this car is next level. And then over here we got 1,800 newton meters of torque. The car weighs about 1.182 tons. That is really light for such a high powered car. And here you guys can see the displacement is 3.4 liters. So as you guys know, it is actually 3 liters, but I think after we altered all the customization parts and stuff over here, let's quickly see this out. Oh, here I see, hold up, let's press Y. There I see. So this is a stock one, which is 3 liters, and then obviously this one is bored out to 3.4 liters. So let's quickly go over to like with everything I installed in the car. Sorry, I just lost my wording there. So for the engine, let's start at the square one. For the engine swap, we remain with the normal one. There is so many options, like even this 6.1 liter V12. Nevertheless, I don't want to talk too much about it, so we remained a rear wheel drive. We obviously went with a big turbo, and we took the wide body kit. So when it comes to these upgrade parts for the engine, we took everything to the max level, even the oil cooler. I know there's like a big fuss about it where people is saying that it weighs a lot compared to how much kilowatts it gives you and etc., but that's personal opinion from everyone. So I upgraded everything over there. With the brake system, I upgraded everything to max. For the suspension, I installed the the rally suspension, just for a softer rear suspension, so we can actually get that booty down to get some grip. Going over, we took both sway bars, took the highest upgrade in both of them, and then for the roll cage, we actually didn't take it because all this gives us is just more weight. We don't want weight, buddy. We're going straight. So right over here, we did the biggest weight reduction. Going over to the tires, this is kind of basic. Over here, we went with slicks. We went with the front tire. We actually took the smallest tire in the front. You guys will see later on what I did as well. I actually cambered the wheel, so we only run on the side of the wheel just for less drag. And then obviously at the back we've got the widest tires. And then for the mags, you can take anyone, just try to take the one of the least amount of weight. And then obviously we have got the rims, the rim sizes. I don't really care too much about that because we only care about pure power. So if we go back over here, you got the aerodynamics and all of these things. I mean, you can alter it if you want to, but I didn't. So, but obviously that's personal preference once again. So let's go over to the tune. So for the tires, we took the front one all the way to 3.8 bar. Reason being is that the flatter the wheel is, the more drag it creates. So the more the wheel is actually pumped up, is going to help you a little bit more on the top end. So we want it to be at the max. These wheels are just going to turn. We don't care about traction or whatsoever. Even like in the first gear, it's up in the air most of the time. So the rear wheels, we want to keep it as low as possible, just to make sure that we can put down the power to the ground for extra grip. Obviously, throughout your pull, the wheels are going to turn, it's going to spin a bit. It might heat up to, let's say, 1.5, 1.6 bar, give or take. It's actually something we can check out in this game. So anyway, going over to the gearing, I realized that this car wants very long gears. If you can put down 1,600 horsepower in a very short gear ratio, oh my gosh, this car will be unstoppable. So my first gear, I actually took this final drive all the way to the left. Like, it's literally, it can't go further to the left. Oh wait, it could, but we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. I actually found a sweet spot here at 2.30. So our first gear goes up to like 120 kilometers per hour. That is insane. And then obviously we got all of these. You guys can just take a screenshot, pause, or whatsoever. For the alignment, our front wheels, we actually positive cambered it a lot because we actually want to ride on the side of the wheel. If we are riding on the wheel flat, it's just going to add to drag. Once again, the front wheels, they are not going to add any benefits to, actually, how do I say it? They're not going to add any benefits of being flat down. We just want to make sure we steer straight, and that's it. So for the rear, I actually also put it on 0.9%, well, 0.9 degree positive camber. So what's actually happening is that the top of the wheels are actually pointing a little bit outwards and the bottom of the wheels inwards. The reason for this is, as soon as you put down power, this is going to be like 1,600 horses going all the way to the back of your car with a bunch of weight, 1.1 something ton. So obviously your entire back suspension and back diff and everything is going to press down, which will actually make this into a minus. But because I put it in 0.9, it's going to take it down to a flat 1. So it's going to balance everything out. So for the toes, you want 0, 0, and your angle, you want all the way to 7. Your anti-roll bars, you want to take your front one all the way to stiff and your rear one all the way to soft. This was just me playing around and it showed right over here it's going to give better times. And this is usually 1.2. I don't know why it's saying 1.4 now, but nevertheless, even though if yours is saying 1.2, it doesn't necessarily mean that yours is faster than mine. It might be because you've got less traction, so you can get quicker to 100, if you understand what I'm saying. But anyway, nevertheless. So over here, our front springs are very soft and our rear springs are pretty stiff. I mean, I thought about actually switching them around, but this game just responds better to having a stiffer rear suspension, just to make sure, obviously, if the weight goes to the back, it doesn't squat down too much. So over here for our ride height, I actually put the rear all the way up. It just feels to me like if it's too low, it pops the wheelie way too easy, and it's just like you struggling with wheelies and wheelies and wheelies. So for the ride height, I found it to be best at 18.3, as you guys can see it now. A little bit lower than the front, a little bit lower than the rear. So just a little bit harder for the car to bring it up, because it first needs to struggle to get it into like a same horizontal line, and then from there on upwards. So it helps a little bit with traction as well. So here for the damping, we got everything on soft, and this one almost stiff, and this one almost stiff, and this one soft. You want it to be vice versa, front soft, and then for the bump, you want the rear to be soft. The aerodynamics, I got it on its lowest. For the brake, you can choose it as you want to. A pretty cool thing is you can actually put all of it to the front, so then you can do a good burnout. But once again, you might actually need it for some clutch control or whatsoever. So here for the differential, I got my acceleration on 100 and a 0 over there. So let's quickly go back to the road. And here we are actually lined up here with this post right over here. I think actually let's just reverse a little bit. Yay, that's too much. Anyway, here we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys a very, very little wheelie. The tires are not really that hot. It might spin out. We will find out now. But one thing I want to tell you guys is that if you actually take your controller or your keyboard or whatsoever and you add your clutch into it, you can pop a much bigger wheelie, because then you can actually control your launch control. But let's quickly see how it's going to do now. We just gotta build it quickly up. Oh, we're going off. But yes, you guys saw a very little wheelie over there. So let's quickly go and enable. As you guys can see, traction is off, stability is off. We're gonna say here manual with clutch. So hopefully we can do this much better. So we're gonna brake. We're gonna hold in our handbrake. We're gonna hold in clutch. Don't worry, we'll get it sorted now. Okay, as you guys can see, we're throttling it. It's going to 1.5. If we press clutch, come on, baby, work with me now. There we go. So it's dropping. So if I press clutch now, it actually goes upwards. Then I can stop it where I want to. So let's stop it at 4,000 RPMs. There we go. Let's turn it a bit. And all we're gonna do is we are gonna drop our handbrake and our clutch. Okay, so that was a pretty good wheelie. Obviously, you can alter your car to pop bigger wheelies, but in general, you don't want to pop a wheelie too big. It's gonna really play against you. So let's quickly do a small run before we do a drag race. What we're gonna do now is we are gonna do a pull till the camera. So according to a lot of people, this marker over here is actually, whoa, it's floating. Check it out, it's floating. Anyway, so yeah, according to a lot of people, this is the 400-meter marker. So before we do anything, just listen to this turbo blow off. Oh, that is so darn beautiful. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use launch control with my throttle. I actually put my clutch off. It just makes the rest of the shifting much easier, or maybe I'm just bad at pressing the clutch as well. So let's try this out. Oh my gosh, that was good. That was a 298 if I'm not mistaken. So my best was actually, I think, 301. So we really had a very good pull over there. I did shift a little bit too quick from first to second. I think I saw 105, and we can literally push it to like 115. But nevertheless, that was a good pull. Let's quickly go and do a drag race for the end of this video. And here we are. So I just want to give you guys a heads up. What I do here with the pullaways is I actually hold down the throttle about 80 to 90%. I do not hold it all the way down. This car is going to spin. The tires is cold. They don't allow you to get a good burnout before the time. But otherwise, let's do this. And that was super quick. And we left him with car lengths. And that is a very good time. 13.9 to 9, I think it was. But anyway, that was so freaking quick. Literally, I thought we were like only 3/4 of the way. And like, we finished. This car is an ultimate beauty and the beast. So anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. If you got any questions, do let me know in the comments below. Hopefully I'll be able to help you out a little bit. But anyway, if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to drop a big like. If you would love to support the channel, especially if you're new, hit the logo at the bottom right corner to subscribe. If you want to see a similar video, hit the icon on the left. If you want to see one of my most recent videos, hit the icon on the right. And then say it with me. For now, peace out.